But present-day immigration fears bring back haunting memories for many Chinese Americans as they mark the 135th anniversary of the Chinese Exclusion Act. Anna Marcos has more on how it impacted entire generations and how the city is honoring their struggles.
It was a time in history when hate, fear, and racism by American citizens led the government to ban an entire race of people from the U.S. The Chinese Exclusion Act became law in 1882 and stayed on the books for 61 years. For many present-day Chinese Americans, it is still an emotional issue.
It's important to me because my grandfather was a victim of the Chinese Exclusion Act. He was not able to see his family. He was frozen here because of the racist immigration laws.
My grandfather was separated from his wife and my father for 16 years because of the Exclusion Act. They just endured it, but I didn't know how much it affected me until later.
Now the LA City Council, led by Councilmember David Ryu, has made May 6th, the 135th anniversary of the Chinese Exclusion Act, a day of inclusion. It aims to denounce the former law and honor the struggles of all immigrants.
And yes, I am not Chinese American, I am Korean American, but this is not a Chinese American issue. This is not an Asian American issue. It's an immigrant issue and an American issue. So especially these days with all this anti-immigrant rhetoric, we have to remember that it's history repeating itself.
Not only were Chinese immigrants banned from entering the country, but often Chinese American citizens had trouble getting back in if they left, even though they had a legal right to be here.
So many laws against them from traveling, from voting, from owning land, from being business owners.
All Chinese exclusion laws were finally repealed in 1943. City leaders and Chinese Americans hope that the certificate and the Day of Inclusion serve as a lesson and reminder so that history does not repeat itself. I'm Anna Marcos for LA This Week.
It was then President Chester Arthur who signed the Chinese Exclusion Act into law.